What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. Now, we've got ourselves an arty party going on here in Vancouver, in Abbotsford, as Archer Sealoves gets his fifth shutout of these AHL playoffs. The Abbotsford Canucks shut out the Texas Stars 1-0, and Archer Sealoves, as I just mentioned, has his fifth shutout. We're gonna break down this game. We're gonna recap it. We're gonna talk about Archer Sealoves, the man himself, and more right now on the line change. What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. And we're going to go ahead and recap and break down game 2 of the AHL Western Conference Finals between the Abbotsford Canucks and the Texas Stars. And we're going to be talking about the main man. No, not Lobo. Little DC reference there for you. But we're going to be talking about the main man, Artie Sealoves, the Artie Party, Archer Sealoves. But let's go ahead and just dive right into it. This, of course, is this article helping us with this breakdown and recap has come to us from our friends at Canucks Army, in particular, Mr. Dave Hall. So, Mr. Dave Hall, very much appreciate you, sir, and everything you contribute to Canucks Army, as well as all of your Abbotsford content and analysis. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And of course, as I mentioned in our previous video, the Abbotsford hat is a good luck charm. So let's keep it going as we get ready for game 3 on Monday. But let's go ahead and recap game 2. The Abbotsford Canucks doubled their series lead with a commanding full team effort in front of a enthusiastic, sold-out crowd in Fraser Valley. The Abbotsford Center was electric, with fans fueling their team with unrelenting energy from the opening faceoff. Scoring was tough to come by, but this game delivered a mix of end-to-end chances, bone-rattling hits, and jaw-dropping saves. The deadlock held until the third period, when Akito Hirose broke through his trickling point shot, sneaking past the Texas Stars' netminder to ignite the home crowd. Despite some penalty trouble, the Canucks' historic special teams dominance continued, while Archer Sealoves stood tall with 26 saves, earning his AHL leading 5th shutout of the playoffs. This game had it all: drama, intensity, and entertainment that lingered long after the final buzzer. More on that later. It's as we always do, let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Abbotsford Canucks. The Abbotsford Canucks received a massive boost up the middle, with their top-line center Atu Ratu returning from injury after an 8-game absence. He was eased into the lineup, kicking the game off on the fourth line alongside Chase Waters and Tristan Nielsen. On the back end, Akito Hirose slid back into the lineup on the third pairing. He replaced Cole McWard, who spent the majority of the second half sitting on the bench after letting Antonio Strangers walk up the middle to tie the game in the second period of Game 1. As expected, Archer Sealoves got the start between the pipes. So let's look at the lines. You had Baines, Mueller, and Carlson, Di Giuseppe, Sasson, and Lacramaki, Blay, Cara, and Smith, Nielsen, Ratu, and Waters. Then your D pairings were Brisebois and Wu, Wolanin and Mancini, and then Hirose and Kudratsev. And of course, as we mentioned, the main man himself, Archer Sealoves in net. Let's take a look at the first period. Starts had been a struggle for this Abbotsford team throughout their playoff run. That changed in Game 1, as they looked much more ambitious and willing to get things going. Well, that was even more evident in Game 2 as they carried out much of the zone time through the first few shifts. With contributions from all four lines, the home team used their home ice crowd to their advantage. Looking down the lineup, Archie Baines is one of the lone Abbotsford players yet to score a goal during this playoff run. That said, he's done all the little things, especially in Game 1 of this series. He kept that momentum up in Game 2, kicking off some good sustained pressure and momentum for his team early. After a slick spinorama before playing give and go with Carlson to pick up one of the game's first shots and start some momentum. From there, it was all Canucks for much of the following few shifts, grabbing the next 4 shots on net. That include Jonathan Lekramachi providing the sold-out crowd with one of his Lek bombs off the field Di Giuseppe one-timer feed. That momentum was squashed, however, when Linus Karlsson received a 2-minute tripping minor, sending the Stars to their first power play of the game. Despite strong perimeter movement, the Canucks came as advertised and held the visiting team to just one shot. That shot came in the final second of the penalty, which led to the game's best chance, but not for the Stars. After Seelovs made the stop, the puck came out to PDG, who sprung Linus Karlsson out of the box with a terrific heads-up pass. Although he had space on his side, he wasn't able to get a full clearance from the Richmond, BC native Trey Taylor and shot the puck into the crest of Remy Poirier. That stretches their PK to an incredible 36 for 37 for a 97.3% kill rate. Meanwhile, Archer Seelovs was up to his usual tricks, sticking with Matej Blumel, sliding over to throw up his blocker on the point-blank attempt. Later on, the Canucks were handed their first power play, where they enjoyed some quick and effective passing. While it was filled with its usual fill of hits, end-to-end play, and saves, the score remained scoreless through the opening period. The one item of note was Atu Ratu, who delivered a hit midway through the period. He appeared to have taken the brunt of the collision and left down the tunnel immediately. He did not return for the remainder of the game. That's not good. Final shots in the first period were 10-8 in favor of Abbotsford. Let's move on to the second period. The second period kicked off with a bang as the Abbotsford Canucks nearly broke the deadlock out of the gate. Jonathan Lekramachi scooped the puck in the neutral zone and fed a streaking Jet Wu, who lowered his shoulder for a bold power move to the net, shoving Stars' goaltender Poirier out of position. Field Di Giuseppe pounced on the rebound but couldn't bury it into the open net. Replay later revealed Poirier's glove arm sprawled on the ice, made a miraculous save, one of the most under-the-radar stops in hockey. The momentum swung abruptly as the Canucks landed in penalty trouble, racking up 3 straight minors that forced them into a defensive crouch for much of the frame. First, it was their netminder Seelovs who got the gate for tripping. Christian Wolanin served his timeout. During that stretch, Jet Wu reconnected with his former teammate Cole Lind, just old friends exchanging pleasantries. The Abbotsford center grew tense as the Canucks were hemmed in their zone, with Texas Stars indicating play with a hectic 9-4 run. But Seelovs was a wall, turning away a flurry of high-danger chances. First, Antonio Stranges showed off his incredible edge work, ripping through the defense to send a shot glove side. Although Texas couldn't hop on the rebound, the puck found its way back to the crease, where Seelovs ate that up too. Just seconds later, the majority of the Canucks' cast joined the rush as the Texas Stars transitioned to an odd man rush to leave Victor Mancini on his lonesome. While initially it was thought that Seelovs delivered the save, it appears that Mancini dropped down for the massive block. Yet another undisciplined penalty tested the Canucks' league-leading penalty kill, which ran their diamond formation like clockwork, stifling the Stars' power play and forcing Texas to burn a timeout to regroup. Despite the defensive slog, Abbotsford slipped the script late. Tristan Nielsen nearly cracked the scoreless tie, intercepting a Texas clearing attempt, and breaking in alone, he delivered his signature cheeky 5-hole backhand, but Poirier slid across his back skate, stopping the trickling puck in the nick of time. Silovs' heroics 10 clutch saves in the period alone kept the game knotted at 0 after 40 minutes, setting the stage for a thrilling third period. The Abbotsford faithful were getting their money's worth and then some. Final shots after 2 periods, 19-19. Let's look at the third period. The first 5 minutes of the period saw a few shots going the way of the Stars. That said, the back and forth style we were blessed with through the initial periods had calmed down as the teams played conservative hockey out of the gate. Of course, Artie was standing tall and making saves. The best chance for the Canucks came at the hands of Sammy Blais, who stripped the puck, took his time, and fired the heavy slap shot. Nearly catching the rebound was Christian Wolanin. Just seconds later, Wolanin blew a tire on the Stars' clearing attempt, allowing the forward to push forward for a chance. Victor Mancini, however, was having none of the Stars' press, showing his incredible skating ability and overpowering strength. He caught up on the back check and shut the door while turning things up the other way. Thank goodness he did, because his team would finally find one. Abbotsford would score to make it 1-0. Akito Hirose from Linus Karlsson and Max Sasson. The Canucks enjoyed an incredible stretch, forcing the Stars in their own end for a minute to force an unwilling icing call. With the visiting team hunched over and searching for air, the home team sent out a pair of fresh legs and went to work. Linus Karlsson sent the puck to the point where Akito Hirose noticed a hectic battle happening at the net front. With that, he sent a shot toward the net in hopes of a scrambled rebound or lucky bounce. Well, lucky for him, the puck hit a white jersey on the ice, trickled to the wrong side of a sliding Poirier. It wasn't pretty, but they'll take it. From that point, momentum had swapped, and the Canucks weren't backing down with their share of heavy pressure. Whether it was more chances or massive hits, they were bringing everything they had. First, Sammy Blais delivered a bone-crushing hit on Gavin White, who was caught with his head down. It was that devastating hit that you could feel at home, which sent Jujhar Khaira on the break. Next, Ty Mueller made a nice move in the neutral zone to break through for a clean 2-on-1 attempt. With under 10 minutes to go, tempers began to flare, with the Stars showing some frustration. After a skirmish in the corner, PDG and Colin exchanged words at the ensuing face-off. Looking for the smoke, the two dropped their gloves for a quick battle. Both players were assessed unsportsmanlike penalties, sending the game to a 4-on-4 situation for 2 minutes. On that stretch, Max Sasson had a glorious chance off the Lekkerimäki stretch pass, driving all alone. He was looking shot all the way, but missed the far corner to miss the net entirely. That miss would prove huge as the Stars pressed in the final minutes. After Curtis McKenzie corralled the puck in front of the net, he sent a shot towards Silovs, who squeezed the pad down with his life. Jamming away were several Stars sticks, eventually pushing the puck off the pad and past the goal line, and just like that, it was a tie game. Or so they thought. Although the referee initially signaled a goal, a second look from upstairs confirmed blatant goaltender interference. With a single call, the referee turned the Abbotsford center into a nuthouse as he waved his hands to keep the home team up in the late stages. Despite their best efforts with the goaltender pulled, the visiting team fell short as Artur Silovs shut the door for his 5th shutout of the postseason. The record books have Mika Norinen with 6 shutouts during his 1999 to 2000 playoff run. Just one away, the Abbotsford Canucks' netminder is inching closer to history with a 26-save performance. But this one wouldn't finish without its theatrics. The moment the buzzer sounded, Colin told everyone to look for trouble, starting with Silovs and ending with an entire line brawl and farm sale. Enjoy the chaos. Final shots of the game were 29-26 in favor of Abbotsford. And final thoughts, the Abbotsford center was buzzing long after the final buzzer, and for good reason. Despite a lone goal deciding this game 2 thriller, The sold-out crowd got a full-effort spectacle worth every penny, from bone-crunching hits to electrifying end-to-end rushes, topped off with Artur Silov's 26 saves. The fans were treated to a show, and if that wasn't enough, they even got a full-on line brawl once time had expired. The Canucks' penalty kill, tested heavily in the second period, remained impenetrable, and with Akito Hirose's third-period snipe and Silov's AHL leading fifth shutout, Abbotsford showcased the grit and skill that's defined their 4-round run. No team can rest in a best-of-7 series, but with a commanding 2-0 lead, the Canucks head to Texas brimming with confidence. The Western Conference Finals are heating up, and Abbotsford is setting the pace. Let's take a look at what's next. The series now heads to Cedar Park, Texas for the next 3 games. With a quick turnaround, these 2 teams will play on Monday at 5 Pacific at the HEB Center for Game 3. So there's your Game 2 recap and breakdown of the Abbotsford Canucks versus the Texas Stars. Big win for Abbotsford. They go into Texas, as I mentioned, with a commanding sorry guys, with a commanding 2-0 lead in the series, with the chance to potentially go up 3-0 with a win in Texas in Game 3. I'd like to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, none other than Gassy Jack Art. Gassy Jack Art produces hockey prints on archival paper and canvas that have been rated to last over 100 years. Their product range features a variety of players from different teams, including Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs, Calgary Flames, Colorado Avalanche, and your Vancouver Canucks, as well as more. Gassy Jack Art is currently having a end of season sale. You can buy 4 prints for the price of only 2. It's a great deal. I myself bought myself 4 prints. If you guys want, you guys can check out a unboxing video that I did showing the prints that I chose and purchased. You can find that right up here. And of course, having 4 prints, I just needed more. So I recently purchased 4 more prints, and I'm very looking forward to receiving those. But if you'd like prints of your own, go ahead and check out Gassy Jack Art. I will leave a link to his website in the description down below. Go ahead and take a look, see the different kinds of prints. Pick 1 or 4 from your favorite team. He also has some non-hockey prints as well. Go ahead and check out Gassy Jack Art. And go ahead and check out Gassy Jack Art and show him some love and support. And also, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button, as well as your Abbotsford Canucks content. Also, be sure to turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a single video. You can find us on social media at The Line Change on Facebook, or rather, just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on X at Line Change Van. You can also find us on TikTok at the.line.change.po. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. You can also, if you prefer a audio version of this podcast, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, much like with our social media, feel free to give us a follow on Spotify. It's of course greatly appreciated, as are you leaving us a rate and review. That is also greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for me in this video. As always, go Canucks, go Abbotsford Canucks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.